My name is Nancy. I have a fabulous husband named George and a great kid named Ian, who I get to see every once in a while now that he's out of college. I'm a book publicist and author and have been doing that for more years than I care to admit. Yeah, weight has been an issue for me for my entire life. I was never a thin kid. I wasn't morbidly obese, but I was always a chunky kid. Growing up, it can be murder in high school for a lot of kids, especially these days where there's just so much pressure on being thin and perfect and wonderful. I had a social life. I had boyfriends. I had a lot going on. I have a very close personal relationship with food. I love to eat. You grow up, you become an adult. Everything social revolved around food. You want to go out for breakfast? Where are we going to go for lunch? What's for dinner? Every time you got together with friends, no matter what it was, it revolved around food. And it becomes a problem. Very difficult to deal with. I don't think that there's any question that eating to excess can be an addictive behavior. I don't feel that in my case. I understand addictive behavior. I smoked for 17 years. Quitting smoking was the hardest thing I ever did in my life. I am surprised that I have any friends or family who still talk to me. That was a very difficult thing to do. This was more of a health issue than that was at the time, because things were starting to break down physically for me. It didn't become an issue for me until well into adulthood when I was diagnosed with diabetes. We had taken our son to Japan, and all the way through Japan, I couldn't stop drinking. And I thought, God, it must be the food. It's got to be all that salt. Well, I got home and it wasn't. And by the time I got to the doctor, I said, this is very strange. I can't really feel my toes. And I said, oh, crap. And I was officially diabetic. That was handled with medication and the continuing effort to lose weight. And I have done everything that anybody could possibly think of to lose weight. I have been on all the programs with varying degrees of success and zero maintenance. You can take it off and you can keep it off for 20 minutes, but then I tell people I was a size 12 for an hour. So everything was controlled for a number of years until it wasn't. I had a bad back, and the knees were starting to go. Everything that carrying too much weight will make happen was beginning to happen. But when it came to the possibility of kidney damage, my doctor just sat there and shook his head. And I said, what's wrong? And he said, I don't know what to do with you. Because I made a deal with him years ago. I said, you can look as long as you don't find anything you can't fix. And he said, I don't know if I can fix this. And insulin is the next step. And once you're on, it's possible you won't come off. I said, oh, not for me. So I asked him, what do you know about weight loss surgery? And he said, I thought you'd never ask. Oh, I was going for just over 100 they wanted me to lose. Everybody who's had weight loss surgery has the same story. We've all tried everything. And very few people who lose weight, even a substantial amount of weight, on any of these programs. It's a small percentage that's able to keep that weight off. So I needed a more permanent solution. That's why Weight Watchers really is very good. It's my program of choice. I fall back on that. I think Weight Watchers. I count points in my sleep. I go back to that because it's an awareness of what you put in your mouth, and I think that's key.